Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is Brandy with a Fairy Tarot Cards Oracle card or tarot card review. It sort of reminds me of like an Oracle slash tarot. It gives you a lot. It seems to give you more than Oracle cards give you. So it's similar to tarot, but it makes it super great for beginners because of how you can read it. Very, very easy for beginners to use, and I highly recommend this deck right here. I'm not super into fairies. I do like whimsical decks, so I was very happy to get this deck, and I like it more than I thought I would like this deck. I actually love it. It's not one I use all the time, but if I need deep guidance, it really is a go-to, just like tarot is. So I'm very happy to get into this deck with you guys, and I think you will really enjoy it. So you have a really thick guidebook here. It's pretty thick anyway. You have about the artist, Jenna della Grataglia. Cool, very cool. You know, what's good about this is that's the same deck that does Colette Baron Reed's decks. No wonder I really like this deck. And they are glided, this beautiful silver color. They're in no particular order. These have been shuffled. These have been used a lot. So not all of the cards are in the best condition. Most of them are in really good condition because it has been used a lot. But for instance, you have like different suits like in tarot. So you have some that are numbered and some that aren't. So you have strength, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. So you have a lot from this, and you also have more in the guidebook, more detail. So you get a lot. And again, it's standard 78 card deck. Is that right? 78 cards? Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, so it's a really nice, 78 card deck. So it's a really nice deck. So you have the Chariot. Success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. So these are some examples. You have a lot here. 78 cards. And so just like tarot, in a way, you do get a good bit from the guidebook. So it is similar to tarot. It might not be quite so much as tarot, but it does give you more than a lot of oracle cards give you. And it's easy for beginners to use. So 3 of Spring, Awakening. Love this yin yang and this upside down fairy. I wanted to call him a dragonfly. And I will read you from the guidebook as well. 2 of Spring. So you have like the suits, and I really like them because you have like spring, winter, fall, summer, and the cards are so beautiful. Like when we get into the winter, it's one of my favorites looking into these winter cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. The Dreamer. So now we're getting into these suits here. And they're not separated because like these have been shuffled a lot. And it would take me a while to kind of get them back into order. And then I'll have to just reshuffle them again to do my draws with. But they're absolutely stunning. Very whimsical. Of course, you have to love Jenna's artwork. This one isn't like my favorite of Jenna's artwork, but I still like it because it gives me kind of more of this vintage kind of whimsical feel to it. So I know I've heard people say they're not really connecting to the artwork of Doreen Virtue's decks, but I think the artwork is fine, especially this is one of the more prettier decks. But it really is getting into the core of the matter and the reading, and you get a good bit from Doreen's reading, decks, and they're really accurate. When I read these, I always am like, wow, you know, just wowed by her reading, by the readings I get from her decks. This is 9 of Winter. Like I said, these are super pretty, even though they're fairies, and I'm not crazy into fairies. My aunt is. She is a lover of fairies and elves and whimsical creatures. I am starting to get more into them now that I'm getting a little older. I know that kids and girls love fairies, but even as a girl, I had like what do you call those sky dancers that you can put up in the air and they spin and come down? I love sky dancers when I was younger, and there's 2 of summer. But now I'm starting to get more into the whimsical type cards, vintage, whimsical, and things of that nature. The Magician. So I am actually happy to have this deck. The Sun, Ego, King of Summer, Honorable, Devoted, Mature, and Warm-Hearted. And then, so the Summer, the suits, you kind of have more there and here. Romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart. Getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. So you can read these intuitively as well. Ace of Autumn, a windfall of money, advice, or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. So she's holding this coin, and there's coins and books, and I like the imagery here. I really do. So, and the backs are really pretty as well. Prince of Summer, 7 of Summer, 10 of Summer. Love this, and you can just look. It's a lot of detail. It's a very, very pretty deck. 4 of Autumn. And I do have Colette's decks as well. Doreen Virtue, Radleigh Valentine, Kyle Gray, Denise Lynn, Elena Fairchild, Tony Carmine Salerno, Stephen D. Farmer. And like I said, I think I said Kyle Gray already. So I have a lot of various decks. This is actually the only one that I have by Doreen Virtue, and some of her decks are getting hard to find. This one is still readily available at Hay House. Yes, I would buy it now because when she's no longer making the decks or selling the decks, and I've seen some decks go for $50 and $100+ because they're no longer available. So once these run out, you're not going to be able to get them unless you go to eBay. And when Hay House has their sales, you can get this deck for like $10 or $11. If you don't resonate with it, you can sell it or trade it. Like I said, they're going to be going, even the used decks are going for a good bit on eBay of some of her decks. This one is more available right now, but it won't always be available. When it's sold out, it's gone. 8 of Autumn. So I'm not trying to kind of like convince you to buy it, but I am in a way, because like if you don't like it, this will be an easy one that you can actually pass off to someone or sell because of how harder it's going to be to find one day. 10 of Autumn, Ace of Spring. I thought about buying another one of these with a Hay House sale for like $11. Hay House had it. And I thought about buying another one. Hey, I'm going to keep it. Maybe I could sell that in a few years from now. But I decided to just kind of not just buy what I really wanted to buy instead of going to make money off of something, because I'm sure there are people that's probably bought 20+ decks, maybe even more, to resell one day. I used the sale, like antiques and things, on eBay, and just different things that I got to sell as like a business, but I no longer do that. I like this. Children of childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. Prince of Spring. Queen of Summer. Gorgeous. So this is a really nice deck here. It's an autumn card. And 78 cards. The High Priestess. Trusting your intuition. Careful reflection before taking action. Insights that come through meditation. Justice card. Take time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. It's like if you have like one card, this is probably be like the only one that you would need if you have a lot of decks. But of course, we all like having a variety of decks to kind of mix it up. You know, to have, you know, you kind of get bored with one deck, you can go to some more decks. And you can use a couple. Like I've mixed this deck, this tarot deck I'll use with like the Wisdom of the Oracle, or whatever I just feel guided to use with this, to just as a confirmation to my questions. Delays are over. Sudden and unexpected good luck, a new car or travel. How cool is that? So it gives you like really good, you know, really detailed. And then you get into the guidebook and you get even more. Queen of Autumn, generous, stylish, gracious, practical. Four of Spring. Ten of Winter. Love the winter cards. Prince of Winter. The Emperor. Five of Winter. Six of Autumn. Three of Summer. Nine of Summer. Four of Winter. Ace of Summer. Nine of Spring. Very, very pretty. The Empress. King of Spring. Eight of Summer. My aunt would love, she's passed now, but she would love this because it's sort of like this, you know, 80s to like 95 vibes I'm getting. Like this one reminds me of kind of like 93 to 96. Just the fairies of like how you would see from like 1993 to 96. Some of them kind of give me a more very vintage feel. Like this one is more, has a more of a vintage look to it. But it reminds me a lot of my aunt and her love for fairies and gnomes and elves and things like that. She would love this deck, I think. She had this antique Ouija board. I never touched it. She used it one time and never touched it again. And it was an antique one, and it was in our closet. It's very, very pretty. So, when I slept over at her house, it was the closet that I slept in. It was in the guest room closet. It was in the guest room closet. So, it's Prince of Winter. Princess of Winter. Look at that. Beautiful. So, I got kind of weary about sleeping in the room with it in there because I found it one day. I opened it up. I asked my aunt. I didn't take it out. I said, what is that? I just got this chills looking at it. Eight of Spring. And it was very antique. I don't know where she got it. Two of Winter. She said, leave that in there, please. You don't want to mess with it. So just from that, it just kind of scared me enough to where I didn't even want to go in the closet anymore to dig around, because I'd spend like my aunt, and she was like a second mom to me. I would spend summers over there and things like that. And it was just like my house too. I don't know why I was digging in a closet. I was looking for something, or I kept some of my things in the closet because I stayed there for summer times. I love the Seven of Autumn. Look at that pumpkin. This is a beautiful autumn card. So, Six of Winter. But it does remind me, and she painted, she was very artistic. She sewed, she made Cabbage Patch dolls, she made elves. Six of Spring. She was in the paper a few times for just different things she made and created. Seven of Winter. I wish I was talented like that, but I am not. Balance. But she would paint Indians and fairies and elves and, you know what I mean, like Native American people, and just plants and flowers and nature photos. The moon. The Lovers. So this does remind me a lot of my aunt. Life experience. Five of Summer. Look how pretty she is. Very flowing. Release. I'm almost done here. Five of Autumn. Reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for a career change. Feeling challenged by money issues. The World. A brilliant success. The freedom to go in any direction. A journey that is now complete. Seven of Spring. And what am I doing? So I actually have the artist Jenna Grotaglia. This goes. So I don't even know if that's the artist. This actually goes in my Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck. How this got in here, I don't know. So I don't know who the artist is in this Doreen Virtue deck. To me, it wouldn't have been hard for me to believe that it was done by her, because she has different artwork that she does. Some is more, she has a variety of art that she does. She can do like anything. So, let me see. Illustrations by Howard David Johnson. So, yes, I got this card somehow got in here. Maybe I was using this deck and Wisdom of the Hidden Realms and together, because they kind of go, they're kind of really both kind of in a way similar. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette and this one by Doreen Virtue, but somehow it got in there. So apologies. So I'll get into, and I'll go into read one of the cards for you guys. For an example, let's see, we have there's Five of Summer. I'll go into read Seven of Summer since it's already here. It's right here. I'm at Eight of Summer. Let's get to Seven. It's hard to do this one-handed because my tripod broke. So, Seven of Summer, there are pros and cons to virtually every decision. The situation you're currently in is demanding a choice from you, and procrastination is simply too longer an option. What you decide involves action that may benefit you physically, emotionally, financially, intellectually, and spiritually. Recognizing that you always have a choice is a great realization about your personal power. However, it also means that you are responsible for the outcome of your choice. The moment to choose has arrived. You can make a list of every possible alternative and evaluate it, or you could ask God and your angels for guidance, but the time to choose is now. Daydreaming can be a lovely way to get insight into a challenging situation, or it can be a way to avoid taking action. Make sure that your imaginings serve a productive and positive purpose. Make a plan to put your dreams into action, one step at a time. A fairy allows sunlight to shine through a prism into a bed of white roses. The roses indicate that his intentions are pure, but the prism shows that there are many possibilities. Additional meanings for this card is wishful thinking, needing to regain focus, overanalyzing, too many choices, receiving guidance to detox. I've drawn this card and I realize it is very accurate for me. So is that the only one in there? I think that's it for that. So that's how much you get from that particular image, or for that particular card, I should say. So it's kind of like Oracle / Tarot, but you get a good bit. I feel like you get a lot from this deck. Just, you don't need much. You don't need 2 to 4 pages or 1 to 4 full pages to kind of get you knowing what you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's deep. I feel like it's accurate. I feel like there are cards that are just happy. There are cards that are just wow. You know, I'm not holding back. I'm giving you the truth. Very discerning. There are very blunt cards as well as very, very happy cards. And there's some that's kind of like in between. But there are some cards that definitely does not sugarcoat anything, which I like. So that's why it kind of reminds me of tarot also. So it's a very, very stunning deck. And they still have the silver gliding. There's another deck I got by Colette, Wisdom of Avalon. It has this beautiful gold gilded gliding. Wisdom of Avalon, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms don't have it, but Wisdom of the Avalon does. And you can't, at Amazon, people were complaining that their decks were not glided because they stopped doing that. Well, I got lucky because my deck that I got from Hay House just a few weeks back with their sale a week or two ago, it had the gold gliding. So they still have them until they run out of stock. So far, they have the gold gilded cards, and they're absolutely stunning. So I went and I got Wisdom of Avalon and Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I already had the Enchanted Mat by Colette and Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette. So I picked up 2 more decks from her, and I still want to go and get maybe 1 or 2 more by her. See if I can get this in one-handed. I doubt it. I'm going to have to get off of here to get it in. But anyway, yeah, so I really like this deck. I think it's really pretty. I think it's accurate. I did cleanse it when I got it, and I find that the readings have been really well. And they seem to get better every time I use this deck. So I really like it. The decks, these cards aren't super big, but I have small hands, and this is 78 cards. So 78 cards are hard to shuffle for me. In this size. Now, if it was 40 or 50 cards, it's easier to shuffle. But having these little hands, I mean, my hands are really small. I have short, chunky fingers. So I really do. Let's go up. I mean, I have really small hands. So there have been times I'll cut the deck in half and shuffle each half. Like, I'll take this many cards or this many cards, and I'll shuffle them because it's hard to even handle that many cards. But it works, and I use them, and I really like them. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. If you like this video, please comment or subscribe. Please comment and subscribe, and I'll definitely share more videos with you guys. And I thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.